Hello. Uh, this week I worked on uh, continuing my blog. For those who don't know, when I was in my second year of university, I really started to get into investing. So in order to track my expenses, I decided to create a blog. This blog would track my gains, losses, it would track whatever I was making in the stock market. And I did this for fun. The reason created this blog was to teach myself, like to explain what I was investing in. If I'm able to explain what I'm investing in, that means I understand what I'm investing in, and hopefully this will create a profit for me. Because I know a lot of people that invest money and they necessarily invest just because there's a huge hype for the stock or whatever. Um, the idea behind the blog is instead of just buying a stock, I do my research on the stock, and if I'm able to do my research and see how it gains profits, then hopefully I could get a good return on it. Um, the main reason I stopped my blog 2 years ago was uh, because I became really busy. During that time, I was working for Nokia. I was applying for a few more internships, like Google. That's how I got Google. And at the same time, I was applying for my visa because I was going to South Korea for an exchange, and a few other things. Um, so that was something I really liked, and I look back at it now and like seeing my first few posts when I think in 2016, the beginning of 2016, and I really like how I've grown as like financially. I see how I've grown, and I'm able to look back at it and continue growing. Hopefully, I recommend people do this. Not necessarily the blog, but I recommend they track their expenses because a lot of people don't realize is it doesn't matter how much you make. I can make $1 million, but if I am able to spend equally as much money as I make, then I'm never gonna become financially independent. I will always need a job in that case. So you want to be able to track your expenses. Um, I'm not like I really want to be able to look at that and see, oh, I'm spending 50% of my income on things I don't need. Why not just cut back on that? The reason I use the blog was because it allows people to comment um on my post, and then they tell me if something looks fishy or something, and then if something does look bad, then that means I can continue doing research on this stock and see if I can understand their point of view. If I can't, then I will explain to the person why I don't understand why this stock would particularly be bad. This helped me a lot. Once a few years ago when I was going to invest in LinkedIn. This was before it merged with Microsoft, and I spoke with my friends, and my friends told me it's not worth the risk. The same after after markets close, its quarterly earnings were released, and LinkedIn dropped 50%. So because I spoke with my um, friends, I decided not to invest in that company. Uh, so I figured the first thing I should restore before I start anything else is my blog, and that's exactly what I did. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Take care.